Welcome to the Total Acre podcast. This show is dedicated to helping you push the boundaries of what's possible on your farm. We bring you expert insights, real-world strategies, and in-depth conversations with the industry's top minds, all aimed to help maximize yields, boost ROI, and stay ahead of the curve. Join us as we explore cutting-edge ag practices, breakthrough technologies, and the people redefining success in farming. And with world champion producers David Hula, Randy Dowdy, and Alex Harrell leading the way, there's no better place to learn, grow, and sharpen your skills. So hit play and let's unlock your farm's potential together.
Hey, this is John Guglielmi, Total Acre. We're here at Commodity Classic, and I'm here with my friend Josiah Garber with Little Britain Ag, and just a Total Acre member. We just got done with our Total Acre Clinic earlier this week, now here at Commodity Classic. What was your takeaway from our clinic? I mean, we had a good group, and we did a lot of stuff during the 3 days.
After being at the clinic, I'm like, I'm not even sure I have to come to Commodity Classic. It was a good time. The rodeo experience was the first for me. I've never had a rodeo.
You've never been to a rodeo?
First time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So that was your first rodeo.
That was my first,
okay.
It was an authentic Texas rodeo.
It was an authentic one. The only thing we didn't have, you didn't see the team roping.
That's right.
And they said they couldn't do that because the people for the ethical treatment of animals would picket them if they, because they think that the calves are being abused.
Oh, I see.
Anyway.
I don't know. You run away, you're going to get caught.
Yes.
But that was the first time I saw bull riding in person, and man, I'm glad I wasn't riding a bull. So.
Well, you could have gone out there. They were ready for you.
Yes. They would have taken me, but
they did not have a chiropractor on site, so that was.
Yeah, that's right. So that was great. The sponsors that were there, the Brandt presentation, we liked that. That was very educational. I thought we learned a lot in that one. And precision planning, seed orientation, I think that's going to have a play. Let's keep a close eye on that. And it was a just well laid out venue.
Do you feel like that we had allowed y'all enough time to talk to the sponsors and the exhibitors? You got to see who you wanted to see? Okay.
Yeah, I would say
because when you're planning these things, you always want to make sure that the sponsors and the exhibitors get plenty of face time. Yeah. And so when you're looking at the schedule and people going to breakouts or going to this meeting, we just want to make sure that you guys walked away satisfied and our sponsors walked away saying, yes, this was a good experience.
The punch card is a great idea.
The punch card was a great idea.
Winning from the punch card is even better.
That's right. You were a winner, weren't you? Okay.
Yeah, that was fun. So yeah, and then to get to the meat and potatoes, once the session closes down, it's just Total Acre members. That's where the meat and potatoes are, and that's a great experience.
So what was the piece of meat or the piece of potato that you walked away with to say, hey, 26 is going to be one of those challenging years? Did you walk away with something you said, hey, I'm definitely going to do this, or something you said, hey, I may want to pull back on this a little bit?
I think anytime you can surround yourself with good people, so I'm going to say the growers, David and Randy, the staff, all are there for our mutual benefit. We're all there together to mutually benefit. So anytime you can surround yourself with good people, you're going to get new ideas, new things to try. Listening to Randy and David talk, I would say you're probably going to learn something. If you have your ears open and your mind tuned to listen, they're going to say something, it's going to hit you a certain way. Be like, oh, I can implement that on my own farm. What we've done is work with the Soil Rex tool and YMS. I kind of split out the value of YMS into 3 compartments. Or the total value of Total Acre into 3 compartments. YMS is a bucket, the growers, networking is a bucket, and the meetings with Randy and David are a bucket, like those 3 buckets. And I would say they're probably very equally spaced. Okay. I wouldn't put a lot of value to be like, this is better than that, or it's having all 3 of those the buckets available. That's a lot of value. And coming to the grower clinic is all that at one time, which is a good thing. So that's why we like the grower clinic.
So you were on a panel up there, and Randy and David like to have grower panels during the session, and we did one on ROI, return on investment. And why did they ask you to come up there?
Well, Randy was familiar with how we integrated Soil Rex and went, I would say, all in on the basics, building on the basics. So if we look at the Soil Rex, We grid sampled every acre. The first year we were in, we started last December.
How many years have you been a part of Total Acre?
December is this. Now we're one full year.
So
now,
1 full year
we're in our
in.
second year. Yeah.
You sound like you drank the Kool-Aid and drank it pretty hard.
No, there wasn't no Kool-Aid.
Okay.
It was milk.
Okay.
Yep, it was milk. So it had substance to it. So, and talking to some other people that have been in the camp longer, Brent Willing, Kyle Hutchinson, they all just said, here's where we'd focus our time and energy and efforts. So we went off of that. And we said, we're going to fix pH. That's foundational. So does it make good walking sense? Yep. We have been working on our planner. We continue to work on the planner. That makes good walking sense. That's foundational. And then we're going to work at base sat K, and then phosphorus to zinc ratio.
There you go.
So we VRT'd lime, we VRT'd potash, VRT'd zinc, and we saw a step change in our yield. So we were going from 2 to 4 bushel per yield per year increases. To 10 bushels. So we doubled our increase, going from 4 to 10. So that was ROI back in our like we're ready to keep, we're getting return from the investment we made.
Any irrigated land, or is it all dry land? All dry land, and you just saw the 10.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
I think there was some, I'm the eternal optimist. I got the Optimist Award in high school. So, but I felt like there was more opportunity yet had we had an even stronger finish. But you don't say that in a way, because it's like the Lord brought us through. So we had like some challenging situations. If you look back on Breaking Barriers podcast, there's a time where I shared with Randy and David how our corn blew down. Lord,
I was going to ask you, talk about the corn blowing down, and you know, you and I talked about that. You went back, you prayed, and you said, hey, Lord, you know, whatever, and then you came back, and here it was.
I could share that story. That's a testimony of faith.
Absolutely.
So it was like June 19 to the end of June.
Yeah.
Like, it might have been like the 20th or something, or whatever the day was. Storm blew in, hail came, hit a third of the farm with hail, or most of the farm with hail, but a third was really bad. Corn blew flat. In the YMS software, they have, you can do tissue sampling, and in those tissue samples, they'll give metrics for how you're scoring.
Right.
We have a yield goal on an NCGA plot field for 400 bushel, all green. So like, you think I wasn't thinking like we did something right?
Yes, exactly.
And the storm blew in, blew it flat. I shouldn't say flat, it was to my waist.
Yeah.
And then that was on like a Thursday, and then on Thursday night, went to Bible school with the kids that night, took them, my wife stayed home, took them to give her a break, and I'm like just thinking about this corn. The next day I come check it's to my thigh. Saturday I come check it's below my knee, so it's going the wrong direction. Normally it would start to stand up. It wasn't standing up. It was all blowing one direction, straight line winds, green snap. And the long story short is the Lord was testing me in my surrender to make sure that I knew that He's in control, is what He was after. He was after my heart.
Talk about that. Praise you in the storm.
That's right.
You know, with Job and all.
Yeah, and the devotions in the morning.
Yeah.
Which is another reason I appreciate being part of being a part. You surround yourself with a community of believers. And what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's cemented into Total Acre.
It's part of our fabric.
Yeah. That's exactly.
That's part of our base and kind of our core, one of our core values.
Yep. That's evident, and it makes it fun to be part of a group like that. So corn blew down. Sunday I thought it would not be good for me to look at this corn. that was not going to help me to drive down there Sunday before church and be like, it's still on the ground.
Yeah.
My father-in-law and my uncle did see it on Sunday, and they said it was standing. I did not see that until Monday.
Did you believe them when they?
No, they told me like after.
Oh, they told you afterwards. Okay, I didn't know if they called you on the phone and said,
Yeah, because my father-in-law took my mother-in-law down, like, hey, this corn blew down, like, we should go see it on a Sunday afternoon drive. It was standing when they saw it on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
But anyhow, all that to say, I went Monday to do my crop diagnostics clip on that corn, and I went down to pull my tissue samples, fully anticipating I was not going to pull them because it was laying on the ground, and it was standing.
Yeah.
So I walked out in the field and went to my spot in the field to take my tissue samples and do my crop diagnostics clip. And the rows that were going north and south were standing straight. You could look down them. The rows that were going east and west were standing straight. You could look down, like walk down them. I thought I could spray this with the sprayer today. So talking to Randy and some of these camp meetings, like first thing you do is put insecticide on if you get hail, because the insects are going to come. It opens that up, and of course a fungicide because of the lesion. So I'm thinking it's possible to do this without a drone. And so I went out, I pulled my sample, I turned around, I was walking back. I didn't take more than 6 steps from my flag, and I looked down and I saw this crooked stalk. So the stalk came up, went right, and then went back up. It said it crooked. And right at that moment, the Lord spoke to me. He said, Josiah, you surrendered your field like I asked Abraham to surrender Isaac. And I said, you're right. That was where it hit me. I was like, I cried a little bit.
That's an awesome story.
I was like, Lord, you're caring for us. You're looking after us. And so then I sprayed it. We finished the crop year as it would go. A lot to be thankful for. Put on an ear. We harvested it for NCGA. Got second place in Pennsylvania with that entry.
There you go.
316.5 bushels. 9 bushels better than our entry last year.
From laying down corn.
From laying down. We should have chopped it or disced it under it. So it was totally the Lord's field. So. So we'll have to check the crop diagnostics on what the yield index was before and after the Lord touched it.
You've mentioned crop diagnostics a couple times. They have a little table over here next to us, and Brandon and Rebecca are here. How has it been working with those guys?
It's been good. That's a technology that I think we'll be able to implement in the future. Well, we are implementing it, but getting weekly data back with it. I think that's a technology that is going to be a driver. So I kind of see it this way. It's RNA technology.
Yes.
So if the sun isn't shining, probably certain things are turned on and turned off. I'm not sure exactly how their model works. And you can go through on some of these things, and I think that's going to give us an opportunity to see, are we tracking the direction we want to track? So we're still going to do our regular program, but this might teach us or help us learn how we can manipulate the crop in a way that we wouldn't normally see until we did a tissue sample.
Great. Good.
It's been great experience.
I was up at your place in early February. Matter of fact, when I left my house on February 10th, I have not been home yet because I had to come see you. But you had a grower meeting there, and you had like 250 growers.
We did,
because Little Britain Ag has a supply company, and so those were your customers.
We have a niche market. We serve the Amish in southern Lancaster County. So we would have like 65 fertilizer carts, 40 of them have engines on. They get pulled with a mule, so no GPS, not very technical. There's not a lot of technical precision that goes with that. It's just doing the basics right. So we sell dry fertilizer, we spray, and then we do custom harvesting. And we farm as well. Farming's what's in our blood. And so, Randy came to speak at the meeting. He had the audience held captive.
He did. So, he was asking questions. It was hilarious. I remember he says, "How many are here for the points?" And everybody's
their hand down.
He said, "How many's here for the free meal?" Every hand goes up. So
he goes, "Man, boy, do I have a challenge! They didn't come to hear me." So he did a great job challenging them. There was one specific grower that was getting under his skin. He was asking him some direct Total Acre questions, and
he kept saying, "You join Total Acre, and I'll tell you that number."
You'll be the first person I call to tell. I don't think Randy was putting together like he'd be calling a phone booth for the Amishmen.
That's okay. We can get him the information.
That's right. So that was a good experience and well received, and it's those kind of opportunities that our growers appreciated, just knowing what's out there. Like an Amishman is not going to hear about David Hula, Randy Dowdy, and to bring them to the grower meeting was stimulated some interest, and there is some opportunity out there to learn. So
you're in a unique perspective. You're both farming and you're retail farm supply. Looking at 26, all the talk around the floor here is 26 commodity prices, and everybody's concerned. Where do you see this going? What are you going to focus on for 26 to make sure you maximize your ROI capabilities?
So for us on the farming side, we're corn on corn 65 years. We're going to plant corn again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
we get it's like the joke around everywhere in the
Little Britain's going to plant corn. Okay.
Yeah, they're going to plant corn. Somebody talks about beans or wheat. No, we're planting corn. But how can we do it more efficiently, or what are we going to do to keep our ROI up? Well, we'll probably, when we're trying something that makes good walking sense, we'll probably still put our big toe in the water, like Randy says. Like, we don't have to go all in. You want to make sure these things prove. So we're going to keep doing what we're doing.
Good.
An interesting thing about the base saturation potash, we had a rate range of 0 to 1,200 pounds for base saturation K.
Wow.
We grid sampled again this year, every acre. So prove it to ourselves that it's working, we'll just do it again. We don't need to do VRT potash. In fact, it's like not really calling for potash. So what we're going to end up doing is choosing a rate range that we're going to apply so we don't go backwards. We don't want to mine the soil.
Right.
And we're going to end up doing that on the potash. But that, if we need to, say, cut back a little bit on one side or try something else, we got a little bit of flexibility because the soil is primed for that. Phosphorus, we're still working through where we need to be on phosphorus. We have good soil levels. We get decent uptake. Some things we're doing, we're getting better uptake. So we're going to probably expand those offerings to drive early season phosphorus. That's the number one reason we joined Total Acre, was to let's collaborate with others that are like-minded. And let's try to drive early season phosphorus and drive yields. So
good. What about on the retail side? Where's that focus going to be?
The basics.
Basics again.
Yep. So we're encouraging.
Now, are you finding that your customers are beginning to look at what you're doing and going, hey, I'm kind of interested in that? And I know that you're a big recruiter for Total Acre, and you're out there evangelizing, if we're going to say that, evangelizing for Total Acre. But are you having people ask you questions? Hey, what are you doing? How can I do that? And you give the Randy answer. You join Total Acre, and we'll tell you exactly how to do it.
Yeah, that's it. And there's a segment of growers in our area, or customers of ours, that would be of size where it would financially make sense to join.
Right.
We're encouraging those guys to join.
Good.
The other thing we're saying is, to get the most out of it, you ought to have some basic computer knowledge, be comfortable running the computer programs. So the more basic and simple that Randy Seaver makes it, or whoever's doing the programming, that only helps in taking it to the end user and saying, this is an easier thing to
Now, are you offering Hannah as a consultant?
Yeah, right.
Hannah runs their computer deal. She is awesome, by the way.
She does a great job,
And we've really enjoyed working with her. And matter of fact, her and Mackenzie, they seem like they were cut from the same cloth.
Yeah, I think so. Yep, they are very similar in their personalities and great to work with. So, so when we look at that side, we're trying to encourage the larger growers that if you have somebody that can get the three pillars,
right?
So if you can get, everybody likes Randy and David, everybody likes the networking. If you can get the value out of the third pillar, it's a slam dunk to join. You will take something home that will make you more money.
And Jackson is doing your soil sampling, and you're out now. I saw their soil sampling. It's just not a side by side. It's a Jeep. It's impressive. It's one of the things that, when I saw that Jeep, I'm going, I wouldn't mind driving that just on a regular basis.
So you asked Jackson what it was like last year, and he was in the side-by-side with the blowing cold and a phone charger that didn't work.
So you got him a little bit of upgrade.
He got an upgrade,
Good.
So and he's taken that bull by the horn.
And I know that's a new service that you guys have brought to.
So we've been doing soil sampling. This just makes it an easier way to accomplish that.
Good.
So the soil sampling is a good thing for our own ground, the soil recs, and implement it. So I feel like we're managing the acre. That's what we're doing.
So we're here at Commodity Classic, and there's a lot of people now filling up the hall. Is there something that you're here that you're kind of interested in and going to look at, or are you just here just window shopping?
I came here to get answers from questions that I had. So there's a couple nuisance issues that we've had with some equipment. Some product, whatever, you name it. So one reason we came is to talk to the people that can work on getting those, and this show, more than any, is where you get that accomplished.
You're right.
Yep.
You're right.
I didn't have any issues with Total Acre, so how'd you drag me into this booth?
Well, I needed to get... Josiah has been very, very... he's been very generous with his time. I will call him, and we will talk about crazy stuff. But he's one of the guys that very early on said, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to embrace it,
Yep.
and I'm all in.
Yep.
And the results have been phenomenal. I know that you've got to keep working this show and whatnot. Before we go though, short corn. This guy has been doing a lot of work with short corn.
Yep.
Anything you want to share?
I'll touch on that. There's a lot of it that's in Total Acre that if you were at the meeting, you'd hear. I'll say it that way. But we're doing intercropping with tall corn and short corn in strategic ways, and capturing more sunlight, capturing more yield. For free. We'll say it like that. It's for free. We're not spending any more money on inputs. We're on seed or fertilizer. It's all the same broadcast like we've always done, and there's definitely a yield advantage on that. So the plug for Total Acre is if you want the full story, join.
full story. It's on YMS. You can watch the full video, and then with Total Acre, you can actually call you.
That's right.
Have a conversation.
So, I'll talk to anybody when I have time, and share what our experiences have been. So.
Well, Josiah, thank you so much for your time.
Welcome.
Really appreciate it. Love having you a member of Total Acre, and look forward to working with you.
I don't think our membership's going anywhere anytime soon.
Good. Well, we appreciate that. So we're gonna sign off now. We're gonna head out to the Commodity Classic and enjoy the day.
Thank you, John.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Yep.
Well, that's a wrap on this episode of the Total Acre podcast. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to subscribe on Spotify, YouTube to stay up to date. Got a topic you want to cover? Let us know. And until next time, keep pushing your operation forward. We'll see you next time on the Total Acre podcast.